We're going to talk about critical developmental periods, right? So there is a well-known set of studies that were done in the 50s and 60s by a couple of scientists named Scott and Fuller. They call them the Bar Harbor studies in Maine, and they studied the developmental phases of dogs. So we'll talk a bit about these as well. And critical developmental periods in dogs start from birth through, Scott and Fuller defined the close of critical socialization at about 4 months old. I would skew that range, we'll talk about this in a bit, but I would say up to about 6 months old, right? So let's say the first 6 months of your dog's life are the most important in terms of their brain development, right? 80-some% of the brain development occurs in the first 6 months of a dog's life. That means the dog's, which neural pathways are being used are being strengthened, those that aren't are atrophying, the dog's worldview is being constructed, the way they perceive learning, and things installed in this period of time, experiences in this period of time, carry extra weight for the life of the dog, right? It's just like humans. If you're in therapy, it all goes back to childhood. They're always going to find out what happened when you were a kid, right? Because that's where your worldview was constructed. It's very much the same for dogs. And it's not that older dogs can't learn new things, but you become less and less plastic. You become less changeable as you get older, right? The older people here know this, right? You become more rigid. It's a little harder to change your habits, those things. And it's part of the way your brain works. Your body does and brain works a certain way, and making changes to that as you get older are harder. So here's our window. That first 6 months, big. First year, big in a dog's life. So making sure that we install certain types of things in this period are going to be really important. Also, bad experiences in this period of time carry more weight than they would with an older dog. If I have a dog whose worldview's been constructed, and they have a bad experience when they're 3 years old, the chances that they recover from that are better. If your 3-month-old has a very bad experience, that's harder to come back from, right? It makes a stronger impression on the dog at that period of time. So this developmental period that we're talking about with puppies is really important. And if we do things right, not only do we head off a lot of behavior problems, but we create a lifelong learner, as it were. We have this dog that basically knows how to learn, likes to learn, wants to interact. That part of their brain is strong. They learn new things easily as they get older because we've installed all the right stuff at the right time.